أنا في رأيي السياسي أنه يوجد مخطط، والمخطط شغال من أيام سايكس بيكو.
نعم.
من أيام التقسيم الجغرافي إلى الدخول في التقسيم العرقي إلى الخلافات الدينية. التقيت بواحدة من المسؤولات المهمين في المملكة البريطانية في إنجلترا، كانت صديقتي، كانت رئيسة البرلمان. قلت لها هو أنتوا بتعملوا كده ليه؟ قالت لي يا دكتور التعبير if you quote me I will deny. يعني إذا قلت هنكر. لكن ده احنا متفقين عليه من سنة 2005 و2004 ان احنا نجيب الاسلام المعتدل يحكم.
صحيح.
وانتوا تتخانقوا مع بعض وتسيبونا بقى في حالنا. قلت لها طب وبقية الشعب؟ قالت لي ما تزعلش مني، خسائر جانبية. انت بتقول لي كان في مخطط؟ طبعا كان في مخطط. هل المخطط موجود ومستمر؟ في رأيي السياسي طبعا موجود، بدليل اللي بيحصل مع إسرائيل دلوقتي والاتفاقات بين إسرائيل وبين بعض الدول العربية. انت في النهاية عايز يدخلك انت وإسرائيل في جبهة واحدة ضد إيران. هو احنا بيننا وبين إيران ايه؟ مصر يعني. مفيش بيننا وبين إيران مشكلة بصراحة يعني. عايز يجبهك كمنطقة ضد بعضها. هو مين اللي عمل داعش؟ شكرا. انت عملت داعش.
I'm not sure whether or not what I'm going to say can be said in this context when we speak about human rights. Guys, the cause behind conflicts that lead to vandalization should be considered. Some countries seek to vandalize and destroy other countries by conspiring, and other twisted methods. What happened in some neighboring countries should be considered.
التقيت بواحدة من المسؤولات المهمين في المملكة البريطانية في إنجلترا، كانت صديقتي، كانت رئيسة البرلمان.
I say, well done, my friends in Iran. I salute you. As my friend Mariam said, the people showed to the Iranian dictators and to the world that they want real change, genuine change, and not a masquerade of statesmen. You know, we're reminded, especially today, of Madam Rajari's 10-point plan for the future of Iran.
قلت لها هو انتوا بتعملوا كده ليه؟ قالت لي يا دكتور التعبير if you quote me I will deny. يعني إذا قلت هنكر. لكن ده احنا متفقين عليه من سنة 2005 و2004 ان احنا نجيب الاسلام المعتدل يحكم.
صحيح.
وانتوا تتخانقوا مع بعض وتسيبونا بقى في حالنا.
J'étais il y a 2 ans à peu près, avant que les hostilités commencent en Syrie. Je me trouvais en Angleterre par hasard pour d'autres choses, pas du tout de la Syrie. J'ai rencontré des responsables anglais. Et quelques-uns qui sont mes amis m'ont avoué, en me sollicitant, qu'il se préparait quelque chose en Syrie. C'était en Angleterre et pas en Amérique. L'Angleterre préparait l'invasion des rebelles en Syrie. Et on m'a même demandé à moi, sous le prétexte que j'étais ancien ministre des Affaires étrangères, si je participerais comme ça. J'ai évidemment dit le contraire. J'ai dit, écoutez, moi, je suis français, ça ne m'intéresse pas. Mais c'est pour dire que cette opération vient de très loin. Elle a été préparée, conçue, organisée.
Dans quel but, hein? Excusez-moi, dans quel but? L'idée de renverser Bachar, c'était quoi le but? La finalité?
Mais dans le but très simple, de destituer le gouvernement syrien, parce que dans la région, il est important de savoir que ce régime syrien à des propos anti-israéliens. Et que par conséquent, tout ce qui bouge dans la région autour, moi j'ai la confidence du Premier ministre israélien qui remonte très longtemps, qui m'avait dit on essaiera de s'entendre avec le Premier ministre, et avec les États autour. Et ceux qui ne s'entendront pas, on les abattra. C'est une politique.
The Sharif was discontent with this betrayal and told the British that he would never sell out Palestine to the Empire's Balfour Declaration. He would never allow the establishment of a Zionist state in Palestine or accept the new random borders drawn across Arabia by British and French imperialists. By March 1924, the British realized that Sharif Hossein would not back down, so they unleashed Ibn Saud and his armies on the Hijazi territory as well. Within weeks, the forces of Ibn Saud and his Wahhabi followers began to administer what the British Foreign Secretary Lord Curzon called the final kick to Sharif Hossein and ruthlessly attacked Hijazi territory. In February 1926, the new unified Wahhabi state was rebranded by the empire in 1932 as the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. As you can see, right from the start, the man who, as a matter of principle, opposed a Zionist state in Palestine was kicked out of his own land. Yet the man who was willing to allow a Zionist state to be created was paid off handsomely and given an entire new country to exploit and dominate. Even today, any nation that is opposed to the legitimacy of the Zionist entity are being destroyed one by one, while the nations that support the existence of the Zionist entity, like Saudi Arabia, are being compensated handsomely for their subservience. Are there any similarities between the Wahhabi and Zionist ideologies, who seem to be completely opposite, but both the creations of the British Empire?
You said, you were talking about authoritarian regimes earlier, and you've said that the UK should be a robust counterweight to authoritarian regimes and that we are ending our dependency on authoritarian regimes for energy. How would you describe the Gulf states?
I would describe the Gulf states as partners of the United Kingdom. We're currently negotiating a trade deal with the GCC. Now, is every country that we work with exactly in line with United Kingdom policy on everything? No, they're not, but they are important allies of the United Kingdom.
Hang on, Mohammed bin Salman, responsible for the murder of Jamal Khashoggi, no? Yeah?
What I would say is that Saudi Arabia
Is he responsible?
is an important partner of the United Kingdom.
81 executions all on one day in Saudi Arabia, and you don't think that that's an authoritarian regime?
What I'm focused on is making sure that we are dealing with the major threats to the world. The number one threat we're dealing with at the moment is the threat from Russia.
Now, you've been asked to intercede with the Saudis over the 17-year-old boy who was arrested when he was 14 and who faces execution and crucifixion. Have you?
Well, we have raised this as a government, yes.
Have you personally?
No, the Foreign Secretary has raised this, our embassy has raised this, we raised this in the proper way. I'll look to see if there's an opportunity for me to raise it as well, but we oppose the death penalty anywhere and everywhere, and we make that clear in all our international contacts.
Well, but that's curious, because we in November did a deal with the Saudis that we would back them joining the Human Rights Council of the United Nations, providing they backed us. Now, this sounds a bit squalid for one of the most human rights abusing regimes on earth.
Well, Saudi Arabia is a member of the United Nations, but we completely disagree with them.
Well, why did you want them inside the human rights?
Well, we completely disagree with them about the punishment routines, about the death penalty, about those issues.
Well, why
did
we do this deal then? I mean, they're not the right sort of people to be doing any sort of a deal on human rights.
Well, we totally oppose their record in that area.
Why did we do it?
Well, I say we totally oppose their record.
No, but why did we do it?
Well, I've answered the question.
Well, that isn't an answer, is it?
هو مين اللي عمل داعش؟ شكرا. انت عملت داعش؟
In late September of 2005, in the British-controlled city of Basra, 2 British Special Forces SAS commandos attacked a group of police at a checkpoint, killing one and injuring another. When they were finally subdued and brought into custody, their car was filled with plastic explosives, automatic weapons, rocket-propelled grenades, and other bomb-making materials. Why would members of Britain's most elite fighting force, the Special Air Services, be dressed up like Arabs out shooting police with a car full of plastic explosives in a city that had been racked by sectarian violence? The governor of Basra in Iraq ordered that the British soldiers be held for trial for the murder they'd committed. Within hours of their incarceration, dozens of British tanks and hundreds of soldiers assaulted the main police station in Basra, killing jail guards and police in the process to free the 2 commandos. Over 150 prisoners escaped, and the controlled mainstream media reported on the incident as if it was no big deal.
What's your religion saying? Why the fuck would 5 fucking brothers to die in the war? Because your religion says so. Get that kid out the way and be no fault. I want to fight. I want to fight you now. You're fucking dead. Stupid psycho thing. Fuck off! You fucking Alice shit right near me. Get alive, stop smashing shit. On me. Start with me. And you got to see your back.
This was the Great Fire in the City of London, almost to be compared with the Fire of London in 1666. Pictures that look like hell on earth. This is what the German Air Force has done to our beautiful London. We shall not cry about it. It's the German method of making war. Isn't it time that the citizens of Berlin too should know this kind of horror? Let them suffer what London suffered. In this war we've been told that we are all in the front line, but German citizens must be in the front line too. Let us give praise to the men of the fire brigade. Regulars and AFS, every man was a hero, working under fire for hours on end. You will see from these pictures that Britain needs more firemen. There is urgent need of many more men to train for this battle of Britain which is still being fought. The fire brigades are appealing for help. They must not appeal in vain. Still the fire rages. The world will see these pictures of a raid that was not aimed at military objectives, only at the things that men and women have loved for centuries. The churches built by Christopher Wren after the fire of London. The famous buildings of the Civic Company, the Guildhall. We can take even this, because we know that in the end we shall defeat these foul German brutes. But Germany must suffer too. Miraculously through it all, St. Paul stood in the midst of flames and escaped destruction. It seemed a miracle that fire was ever got under control, but so it was.